Derulo, and it's presented by Capital One. 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548, 844-665-6548, 844-MOJO Live. 95th caller, you got an opportunity to win tickets right now.
Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
All right, Shannon with what's trending right now in the Dirty on the 30. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. Well, that horrifying leg injury ended Aiden Hutchinson's game early as he rolled around on the field in absolute horrific pain in the third quarter of Detroit's beatdown of the Dallas Cowboys yesterday.
Same how well they've done on second and third down.
Oh, Aaron, just for a second, Hutchinson is hurt. Oh, boy. I mean, he's their best defensive player. And this has been such a great day for the Lions. Hard to totally tell. Yeah. Concern for Hutchinson, injury timeout. It's a heartbreaking scene here in Arlington, and we're not going to show you the replay because we saw it in the break. Trust me, you don't want to see it. Aiden Hutchinson's leg went a very funny way, and obviously major concern for him down on the field. And if you could read lips, sounds like he's saying he broke it, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, they brought out the air cast. He did undergo immediate surgery at a hospital in Dallas for a broken tibia, with Coach Dan Campbell saying after the game he is getting the best care, but he'll be in Dallas for a while recovering. Now, the injury is considered season-ending, according to the NFL Network. However, a source close to Hutch telling the Detroit News late last night that the injury appears to be less severe than everybody's worst-case scenario thoughts, and he actually may be able to return for the Super Bowl should the Lions make it. Yeah,
if you're a coach, do you even risk it by putting him back in or just wait till next season?
I would probably say if he's ready to play, they're smarter than we are. They'll figure it out. But I'm telling you, we're going to talk this morning to an orthopedic doctor that's going to tell us. I have heard that this is not a comeback in just a couple of months type of a thing. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody, like the NFL Network's report is very different from the report that, quote unquote, a source close to Hutch gave to the Detroit News, last night.
So the NFL report is that he's done for at
season
least a year,
ending,
right? Yeah. Interesting. I send him all our well wishes. The guy was having just an unbelievable season. His rookie year was great. I mean, this guy's heart and soul is a Lion, and I would say this, that if they do make it to the Super Bowl, if you had to wheel them out there at midfield and let them play a play, you know what I mean, in a wheelchair, for God's sakes, like you put him out there. But
his impact is not only felt on the field but in that locker room, and it was amazing to see the team still rally behind him, because when an injury like that takes place, it can take the soul out of the team.
Yeah.
But to see them still stand tall, and you see David Montgomery saying he's going to take this personal for Hutch, so it could be a rallying point.
Well, and Kevin brings up a really good point, is that we all have been saying the Lions are great. God, I hope we don't have any injuries. An injury like this is detrimental, obviously, to this defense. But this could also be, like you said, the rallying point that a Lions team would need to take it to the next level.
And nobody did anything wrong, right?
No, it was
a freak
total
accident.
accident.
It's a football.
So it's not like he got targeted. It almost reminds me of who had the heart attack with the weird hit.
Oh, Devin Hamlin?
Damar Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, it remards me of that, where you're like so upset, but it was just like an accident.
Yes.
Can I tell you that I was towards the end of that game, like in the third quarter, at the end of third quarter and fourth quarter, I'm like, take these guys out of the game. Take them out of, when I saw Goff get sacked, I'm like, all right, enough already. We don't need them in there. You get so worried sometimes that guys are going to get injured.
The latest on the man arrested Saturday afternoon outside of Donald Trump's Coachella, California rally. He had a shotgun and a handgun in his possession, and at least one of those guns was loaded. The 49-year-old Las Vegas man also had a high-capacity magazine with him. His name is Vem Miller, had multiple driver's licenses, and was also in possession of multiple passports with different names. Here's the sheriff talking about this.
He showed up with multiple passports with different names, an unregistered vehicle with fake license plate. If you're asking me right now, I probably did have deputies that prevented the third assassination attempt.
Yeah, taken into custody for possessing the loaded firearm and for possessing the magazine with higher capacity than was legal in the state of California. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So I read that he was released the same day on $5,000 bail.
Yeah, how do
He
you
was like
allow a
nothing.
guy that they've catched to be released on $5,000
Okay, so that is
bail?
correct information.
Explain that to me.
He's not scheduled
Only in
to
California.
appear again until January 2nd, and he swears up and down that he did not want to hurt the former president. He said those accusations are complete BS. He said, I'm an artist. I'm the last person that would cause any violence and harm anybody. He said he actually told deputies that he was carrying the firearms in his trunk as a courtesy before he was pulled over, forced to leave the car. The car was ransacked after a deputy informed him that he wanted to make sure the guns were legal purchases.
There's got to be something to them releasing this guy and allowing him to be released, because in the prior cases, there in no way that these guys are seeing the light of day after the attempted assassinations.
If that's true, though, is the difference that he admitted to it and said, hey,
I don't think, listen, you go there and you bring guns, you admit to it. I don't think that should let you off. I don't know what the story is of why. I would think that you would. This is now federal. Like, I would think the feds would be like, no, you're not allowing this guy out of jail.
Yeah, what's the loophole here?
I don't know.
How did he figure it out? Nicole Kidman and Selma Hayek don't seem to like each other. Did you see this video?
Yeah.
Okay, it looked like a real tense moment at the Balenciaga fashion show during Paris Fashion Week. A video of the actresses posted online over the weekend, and it appears to show Nicole actually pushing away Selma Hayek's hand when they went to pose for photos with Katy Perry. Nicole then gave Katy a kiss, exchanged a few words with Selma before, like, very tensely walking away. I don't know what the heck they said to each other or where this bad blood is coming from, but it is apparent. Check out that video. To the Googles, as Kat said, if you haven't seen it yet. And something else, have you seen the Stanley Cup craze at Target, the Wicked?
Yes.
The limited edition Wicked.
They look cool, though.
Wicked Stanley Cup. So this exclusive collab between Stanley and Wicked, it's only available at Target. And nobody's shocked here. It has sparked a frenzy among fans wanting to get their hands on these coveted tumblers. So you'll see videos all over TikTok of people like piling on each other to get one of these Stanley Cups. They're cheap, man.
They're like not even as good as Yetis.
Crazy. They don't look like
They
the tall
leak.
Stanleys either. Though. They the ones I saw kind of like a smaller version of the more popular ones.
I think there was two different
Okay.
sizes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did you see all
What I
the
could
merch
see.
that they had for Wicked at Target?
The
Because
dollar
one
spot.
of them released the Defying Gravity audio that they've been trying to hide. The way that they have dropped the ball on this musical. Barbie released the audio of one of the songs that they didn't have out yet. There's a wand that they have for this movie at Target that just revealed how Defying Gravity goes. I forgot what the other one was.
No,
for
so we
Dancing
saw
Life.
they look like disco ball, like little cups with straws.
Right.
Like the little
But
round.
there's like a full merch line out at Target
Yeah.
right now for Wicked, and all of it is mid.
And
Can I be
Ulta,
honest?
I think's got something.
I could care less.
Yeah, but it's not yours.
I know. It's not for me. I know. I just had to say it.
All I hope is that when I go and see the movie, that somebody in front of me is not going popular.
Shut up! You know there will be.
For all of today's Dirty Catch Up on the podcast on the free iHeartRadio app or mojointhemorning.com.
Get more dirt at mojointhemorning.com. Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Your call may be monitored or recorded.
All right, giving you tickets to Jingle Ball every single hour. April, are you there?
I'm here.
April's a winner. Congratulations.
All right, April.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've never won anything.
April, you got tickets. You're going to Jingle Ball.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Congratulations to you. We'll get you a pair of tickets. Jingle Ball, starring Jack Harlow, Teddy Swims, Jason Derulo, Saweetie, Madison Beer, NCT Dreams, Juan Ho, Isabella Rosa.
This is going to be so exciting.
The tickets available, Ticketmaster.com, for as low as $35. $35, and you could be at our Jingle Ball. Go check out everything that we have to offer up on our Instagram and Facebook, too, on how to get tickets. Listen every single hour. Where are you from?
Canton.
All right. Thanks for listening to us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Don't go anywhere. Hold on one sec. We have another opportunity to win some prizes. 15 minutes away, we're bringing back a trip a week here from Visit Florida. So the trip is to Orlando, I believe, right? Am I right in saying that? I think so. It's not on my sheet.
I was going to say,
now,
I don't have the sheet in front of me, or I'd help you out there. Hang on.
Bro.
I mean, look. Orlando. I'll get that to you.
That's all right. Don't worry. You don't have to do it. I'll remember that. Orlando. Your chance to win a trip to Orlando in 15 minutes. All right. It is Mojo in the Morning Show. We are commercial free. We are live on the radio on channel 955, 104.5 SNX, 92.5 KISS FM. We're also on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on everywhere. But if you want to watch us live right now, Facebook and YouTube, do us a favor. Go check it out if you can't now, but check it out later because we'll make sure we post it. So if you hear anything you like or want to see what our reactions are to something crazy that was said, that's always a fun place to go to. All right, it's Mojo in the Morning Show. Meaghan, wedding number 295 that you went to again this weekend. A lot of weddings this year.
I have another wedding this week, so lots of weddings. Weddings 6 days apart. I had a really, really good time at this wedding, apart from the fact that I was absolutely exhausted the entire freaking time. I was so dead. I was so worn out. And it's because I needed to be at the venue the day of the wedding at 9 a.m. for setup, right? So we went to their house the night before to organize everything for setup. We knew we had to be at the venue at 9 a.m. to set everything up and then get ready for the wedding and then do the party. So it was like 9 a.m. until midnight. Well, I decided to get a late night snack, which was a very poor decision. I realized a couple of hours later when I got violently ill all night with food poisoning the night before the wedding.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And I don't know what it is about big events, but I feel like every time there's something important to me happening, I get super sick. I was a kid who would always get strep on the day of the really cool field trip in school or whatever it was. But this night I was up literally. I would get up, I would get sick, I would go back to bed, force myself to sleep. You wake up like 40 minutes later. You're running to the bathroom. You're getting sick. You're trying like, please, dear God, let me go back to sleep. Please let me go back to sleep. And your alarm clock goes off and you realize you've gotten about 3.5 hours worth of sleep, but you feel absolutely fine in the morning. Why is it when that alarm clock goes off, you're like, oh.
Like no more barfing.
No more barfing, no more any of that, which was, like you said, thank God.
Yeah.
But it was just pure exhaustion. Do you guys ever get like sick before a big moment?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
definitely.
it's all the time.
Yeah. I always get the nervous stomach, like the gurgles that happen, and then I feel like I have to duty like every 5 seconds, and then you have ghost duties where you just like you go there and you sit and you're like, oh. I guess I didn't have to go. The worst is if you're the bride, but the worst is also if you're one of the people that stands up in the wedding because you'll be noticeably fidgety. And
but not only that, like to Meaghan's point, it's a long day. There is a lot required of you. It's not like you can be a normal guest and just like sit at your table and leave after an hour and go home and feel, get cozy and feel better. That's not going to be your kind of day.
What would you have done if you still had it the next day and you? Like, would you have
carried a bag with me and tried to be discreet about it?
So it was coming out the top, not the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Puking all.
That's noticeable.
Night. But when you wake up and you have that feeling, you're like, a couple of things. First of all, I'm tired. Second of all, this sucks. Yeah. Third of all, please make it to the bathroom. Yeah. Fourth of all, like you start running, like you wake up and that adrenaline is pumping. That's what it was like.
Y'all know how I am with green tea shots. That is not a drink of choice for me, and my body responds like Meaghan's does, where I throw up. And I had a Pistons game on a Sunday. When we have games on Sundays, they're typically early, so I have to be at the arena at like noon. And Saturday, I think, was one of those first days I had one of those moments. And boy, I was in the bathroom before the game throwing up. I think I went after the first quarter, and I'm like, man, please don't think I'm hungover. Like, it's just I had one shot. I'm just sitting there like, God, please let me make it through this.
844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. Who got sick on what was a big day for you? And what was the big day? Like, what did you have? It could be anything. I mean, obviously, it could be a wedding. It could be a job interview, whatever.
The worst is when you are traveling and you are like, it's coming, and you have, flights and hotels and other people that are part of your travel plans. And then, I mean, it happened to me like a year or two ago when I took Lucy on her annual New York City trip. I was so damn sick. I mean, but I had to rally because I look forward to it all year. She looks forward to it all year. But man, oh man, if we weren't in bed, I told her at like 7, 8 o'clock every single night, I'm like, okay, like turn on whatever you want to turn on, but I'm going to sleep.
Knock on wood, I've never had to duty in one of the airport or
the plane bathrooms.
Ever. I don't think I could.
I don't think I have either.
I don't know how I'd wipe. I'm a big man.
You guys, speaking of wipes, wait, I have something to give you.
You mean on the plane?
While we're okay.
On the plane or like still
on a plane? In the airport, I've done
airport's
a lot.
fine. On the plane,
on
heck
the
no.
plane?
You guys, Target special yesterday. I know how much you love your dude wipes. They have Dumpkin Spice.
Oh my God.
Dude wipe.
What a name.
I bought one for you, one for Zach.
Thank you.
Do they smell like
I don't know. Here, ready? 1, 2.
Let's see.
Dumpkin Spice. There you go. Take them with you when you travel.
What if it makes you spicy?
My butt is going to smell like a pumpkin spice latte.
Like Halloween.
But it doesn't smell like pumpkin. It smells like the spices.
Like cinnamon.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice.
You're right. I don't
Really
want
marketing.
I don't want it
Sucked
to
me right
sting.
in.
No.
All right.
I'll let you know.
Thank you, Shannon. That was very nice.
Look at the picture.
Meaghan, this is for your next wedding that you have. If you get sick, I'll give you some of my Dunkins. Marcy, what's up? Hi. Getting sick on the big day.
I just wanted to say that I've had laryngitis before. I'm sorry to say, both my weddings, I get married with laryngitis. I've had laryngitis. I get it right before a job interview, so I interview with laryngitis.
So you get nervous beforehand. Wait, before both of your weddings, you lost your voice. Maybe somebody was telling you something.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You couldn't say I do. Right. What's up, Jackie?
Hello. I got COVID when I had to drive my best friend's dress and centerpieces down to her destination wedding in Florida.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
No.
And they needed that stuff.
The one that drove. Yes. And so I literally got there, took a COVID test within the first 3 hours of being there, tested positive. And so I could not go to my best friend's wedding, and then she was marrying one of my childhood best friend's brothers. So the first wedding, I knew everybody there, and I couldn't go.
Oh, that sucks. But you at least got that stuff there. You were a hero for bringing that stuff to her.
Stuff there, yeah.
That was good. You're a good friend. What's up, Kristen? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Meaghan got sick before the big wedding this weekend, and you got sick too?
It actually wasn't before a wedding. It's literally been on every family vacation.
Really? You get sick before every family vacation?
No, like on the vacation. During the vacation in Florida, strep throat, Vegas, extremely bad pneumonia, California, COVID, and just this past,
oh my gosh.
This past August, bronchitis in California again.
Stop traveling.
You got nothing coming up, do you?
I do.
You,
I don't.
You need to take your vitamin C.
That's it.
There must be something to. They say stress is the cause of a lot of times people's immune system getting weakened. Maybe you get stressed before these big things. Hold on. What happened, Kendra?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
We're talking about getting sick before the big day or big happenings. What was the thing that you got sick before?
So I had just gotten a new job, and my company did a very formal, Christmas ball party. And my husband decided to get sick off of the food there 5 minutes after getting there and was in the bathroom the entire night.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I like how you said decided.
He decided to get sick. Like it was his choice.
I think he can decide to get sick at certain times. I really think he can.
I want to know what else he got sick.
Poor guy. Katie, this is a sad one and a tough one. You got sick just before your husband was deployed?
Yeah, so he was still in the country, and I had a flight to go out and see him. We were actually going to go to the Grand Canyon and spend a couple days together. And my son was sick, and we didn't know what was going on. And then the night before my flight, I got so sick. I slept on the bathroom floor, couldn't get up, had to reschedule my flight. I did make it there, but only for 3 days. And then our son, it ended up being appendicitis. So he went into emergency surgery. It was crazy.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for your husband's service and for your service doing that. That stinks though, right before he's getting ready to leave. Texter says, can't go on the air with you guys. I'm a bride who had to get off the altar to go diarrhea.
No. Oh my God. The day you dream about. And you're wearing white.
That's
bridesmaids.
That's where you go
It's
to.
happening. It's happening. It's happening.
If it's a church wedding, you go to an organist and you say, play a long song or something like that. Oh, that's awful.
Fall in Michigan is beautiful. Winter is less beautiful, which is when Florida is more beautiful. Go to Florida. Thanks to Visit Florida and Mojo. Listen at 8 to get in on Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning, your home of the War of the Roses second date update and the Dirty on the 30. Shannon, what's going on?
So Lucy and I have this thing that we started doing, which, by the way, especially if you have a tween in your house, I feel like this is a really great idea. But I bought like a mom-daughter journal on Amazon. And it's become kind of like our bedtime tradition over the past couple of months where the one that we bought is really cool where we fill it out together, but she fills out a page and then I fill out the next page and there are all these prompts in it. So you can kind of like learn more about your daughter, or Lucy can learn a little bit more about me and I can kind of gauge what's going on in her heart and her head. And it's everything from like, your favorite food, to tell me about your favorite childhood vacation. Who were your best friends? What was your best memory of your dad?
You guys sit and fill them out together? Or
So I sit in bed with her, and instead of just like, she's not my reader, so she doesn't really ever sit in bed and read or anything, and I don't let her have like her iPad in her room. So I like to sit at the end of the day and kind of like download the day, and then this is an activity that we do. And it's been really enlightening and very meaningful to both of us. Well, I realized the other day that she had skipped ahead and filled out a few pages without me, which sometimes I'll have her do if I have to go and like get Smith down and get him settled to sleep, and then I'll come back in and Lucy and I will finish. So she had gone ahead in the book, and this was like after I had put her to sleep, and so I went back to like read through what we had written for the night. And I noticed these extra pages. And one of the questions on the page that she had filled out without me was, if you could change anything about your life, what would it be? And her answer was like a punch in the stomach. Her answer was, I wish my parents never got a divorce. And she drew a little crying face next to it. I was crushed. Like, just tears, because like you kind of know that your child is thinking that or has thought that, in several points along in their childhood or whatever since it happened, but to actually see her write it out with that little crying face was just like, man, oh man, that was so hard.
So you read that after she had written it, or because it wasn't?
Yeah, so normally we do all of it together, like as we're sitting there, and but like I said, that particular night I had gone, Smith was like, calling for me. So I was like, okay, you go ahead and finish this page. I'm going to go get Smith down, and then I'll come back in. And then by that time, like, it was time for her to go to bed. So close the book. I brought it downstairs with me. And then I was just like flipping through. I always show Wes, like, like what we talked about or whatever. And then I like saw, because it was written in pink pen, so I could see it like through the other pages. And I'm like, wait, what? She went ahead. And that's what she wrote.
Wow. So when you read this, do you go back and talk to her about it, or have you gone and talked to her about it?
So that was last week, and I did bring it up to her, and she was pretty quiet about it. I just said, help, you tell Mama what you're feeling, like what's on your heart. And because I always try to, you guys know this about me, and it's kind of, I feel like it's a great attribute that I have, but it's also very much a flaw that I try to flip everything to the positive or see the silver lining. And so I said to her, because, now you have so many more people that love you. You have Mr. Wes, and you have a stepmom, and you have step siblings. And she's just like, yeah, I just feel like it would be easier.
Yeah. I can relate to this. And growing up, my mom's a single mom. My dad had left our family, and it was really hard for me to understand the reason behind all of it. But now as an adult, my relationship with my mom is so different, and I understand it differently. So you just being here and even having that journal and letting her get that out now, it's going to help her so that when she's older, she can have a closer relationship and fully understand why, and maybe even accept it.
Do you
That's what ended up happening to me.
Do you, as a grown woman right now, ever think of how you wished your parents were? You wish things were different and the family would have not gone through that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was devastating. I mean, my mom was a single mom. She was pregnant. We had to sell our home.
Sure.
We had so many things happening at once, and I kind of disassociated from it. But now as an adult, looking back and with therapy, I can thank her and appreciate what she did to help our family.
Yeah.
You brought up something interesting, Shannon, that, it's funny. As time goes on, you go, oh, well, that, it's always good to look at the bright side of things. You said that you've always been the look at the bright side, but sometimes not looking at the bright side is, always something that is needed, right? I mean,
for sure. And I think that's why, it hit me as hard as it hit me when I read it, because she's a pretty positive kid, and you know that it that it bugs her.
Yeah.
Or not, bugs her might be the wrong word.
You feel like you're discounting her feelings when you say, well, yeah, but you have all this stuff.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. Yeah, but it was just so blatant in my face to read it. Was really, really, honestly, one of the hardest moments of my whole entire life.
Wow. How old was she when y'all got divorced?
We told her she was kindergarten, 5. Yeah.
Has it come up multiple times, before this at all, or was
not
this
really? No.
Okay.
No.
So, gotcha.
You know what's amazing is, first off, thank you for sharing this. I think that it's great that you're able to share this with the listeners, and I'm
being very composed right now because I've been a big mess about this.
Yeah.
Every time I think about it, I get this huge frog in my throat because it's like your baby, and you feel like you failed as a parent. It's just
Well,
I don't think you failed. I think failing is keeping a child in a situation that is traumatic and filled with not love. Let's just say.
Well, that was your situation, Meaghan?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm so grateful for my parents' divorce. It's not even funny. I don't know if I felt that way my entire life because I think the shock of change is always difficult. So, I was very grateful in the fact that I got to stay in the home that I was raised in. My dad similar to KP, my dad was a single father when they split up, but I got to stay in the home that was comfortable and was safe. So that to me was a big guiding kind of compass of stability. But after I was a little bit older, I was so grateful that my dad had put up with something that was so terrible for so long to make sure that I kept that stability. And there's a lot of appreciation and knowledge that comes with age and time and understanding.
And I think in all the cases, I mean, KP talking about her family, you talking about yours, and then of course Shannon's, every situation is completely different. There's not,
No.
But I will say this. The thing I respect the most out of you, and obviously Lucy's dad, is that both of you guys, have worked on yourselves. I think that's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that you guys have both ended up, finding, unbelievable people to be in your lives now.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that, and this is something that if you take away anything from this, take away the moments that you're spending with her to give her the opportunity to do this, because there are so many people that are older that never, ever get to talk to their parents about the things that hurt them so much when they're younger. And for her to be able to write this on paper.
To feel safe enough.
And then for you to read it. And then for eventually, if it comes up where you guys work through it together or have the conversation, you gave her the opportunity to actually feel heard, That's a pretty cool thing.
Which, as an adult now looking back, because my parents got divorced when I was in kindergarten too, and there are so many questions and conversations that still, as a 41-year-old woman, I would want to have. But I love my mom and dad, but we're not a family of talkers.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So there was never that sort of space to be able to express those,
I don't think the times were like
feelings.
that though.
Yeah.
I think
and even now, there's so much I want to ask and say, and I'm like, I don't know. I would feel so weird doing that now.
But what's funny is that one day maybe this will be a catalyst for you. That Lucy's therapy might be your therapy.
Yeah.
What's up, Ryan?
Hi, I just wanted to say that I got divorced when my son was 2 years old, and he is turning 10 next month and just asked to go to therapy because that is one of the things that he still wishes that his dad and I were together. Despite us taking vacations together, he still wishes that we were together. So I feel you so much.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? That he wants to seek therapy instead of, pushing it down and not wanting to talk about it. And that's great that you're open and willing.
We're not talkers, right? So, I'm so happy that he was able to come to me and say that he wanted this, despite it crushing my heart.
Yeah.
I'm divorced. That's fine. We've accepted it. But he was too. He has no idea that we were together, and yet he still wishes that we were together. So I just feel you.
That's cool. Thank you for calling and telling us that. Olivia, hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
So my daughter's dad committed suicide a year ago. She's 8 years old now. She has no idea how he passed. I'm in a loving relationship with my fiance, and she loves him. They absolutely are father and daughter. But I picked her up from school yesterday, and she gets in the car, and I always ask her how her day went, and she said, well, I cried a little. And I said, well, honey, why's that? And she said, well, Nolan asked me where my dad was. And I told him that he died, and Chris, my fiance, replaced him. And my heart just dropped. I said, well, honey, he's never going to replace your dad, honey. He is still here with us. He's in our hearts. He's watching over us. But it just broke my heart to hear, that she thinks her own dad's being replaced by somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, the things kids think about are just, they're little, but they're not dumb. They're aware.
Yeah.
And
Did you, Shannon, when your parents were going through divorce, ever think that put it on you, that you thought you were the reason why? Or no? So it never became that?
Mm-mm.
You think Lucy's
not
thinking
that I remember.
Or no?
No, I really don't.
What could have been.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I just to see it, to Olivia's point, you know that it's probably crossed their mind and it's on their heart, but to actually hear them say it out loud, or in my case, write it down and you're reading it, is just it's so hard.
What's going on, Renee? Hi, it's Mojo in the Morning Show.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First time, long time.
Hey there.
All right.
By the way,
Renee's on the phone.
Like we had with that War of the Roses, it always feels weird to do the first time, long time in a serious topic, but we need it almost for levity. Yeah.
Yeah. Now's my chance, gotta say it. I just wanted to say to Shannon, I was a younger kid when my parents got divorced, and it was really messy, and it ended horribly, and we all, as the kids, witnessed that. But I am 24 now and, dating seriously, and it has shown me the best example. My mom showed me that if you're in a relationship that isn't going well, or a loveless relationship, that it's okay to leave no matter what you have attached to that person, for yourself and the sake of the people around you. And that has been very important for me in this point in my life.
So as a grown woman, it actually gave you the ability to be able to kind of work your relationship.
Yeah, it's taught me that, I've lived with two different people and ended things when things went bad, and I felt comfortable and confident that I was making the right decision and was able to leave with whatever attachments I had because I saw my mom do it.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, listeners are asking questions, Shannon. One of the questions that they're asking is, can you share the journal?
You know what? I'll post it to my Instagram story.
Okay.
Oh my God, I thought you meant her entries.
No.
God, no. I'll post a picture of which one I ordered from Amazon.
I was like, wow, people nosy.
It's Mojo in the Morning. You want to make a comment on what Shannon brought up this morning and talking about, dealing with divorce in a family? You can, and you can send her messages to You can go and do that through text at 95500 or, of course, DMs on our Instagram and Facebook.
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Muskegon, Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. This is Mojo in the Morning.
Oh, Mojo, he's amazing.
Live. Mojo. 30.
20.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition sequence start.
Let me take y'all back to the beginning.
This is it.
All right, you ready?
You're listening to Mojo in the Morning.
You're a doo-doo head.
Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome to the Mojo in the Morning Show. It's another week of crazy stuff here. Second date update is coming up here in just a little bit. Remember, tomorrow, War of the Roses. And then, of course, later this week, 5 Lies to Tell Your Mom, Throwback Throwdown. We got a bunch of stuff coming up this hour on the show, including Jingle Ball tickets. And then we'll have an opportunity for you to win cash. Right now, we got to give away that opportunity for a trip to Florida because I'm running late on it with the last topic running long. 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. 95th caller, Lydia, is going to win a $50 cash card and then qualify for a trip to Orlando, Florida from Visit Florida. So 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. 95th caller. Go through those lines. Here are some of the topics that we're going to get into next. The craziest thing that caused a fist fight, Kev and peed himself at the haunted house. And Meaghan, I cried at Boot Barn. All coming up here on the Mojo in the Morning Show. Plus, like I said, the second date update will be happening. We'll do that coming up here in just a little bit. I actually have, I think, a doc to give us some answers on the Aiden Hutchinson story and the break that he went through. Yeah. And what's the recovery time on something like that. Hopefully for the 8:30 Dirty, we'll have that coming up. Okay, so that will be good that Shannon can do that story, and then we can get some details on what we think if Aiden Hutchinson's going to be able to come back
for the Super Bowl. Should the Lions make it? That's my biggest question.
Bro, that would be
because there's two totally different stories that we're getting from different sources, but
yeah, it's interesting. When I saw that break, and all I kept thinking about was Alex Smith, the guy that
the
quarterback he was playing at the time, I think for the 49ers, when he broke his leg. And you remember that? Wow, I remember watching that game, and it was like one of the honestly most disgusting things that I have ever in my life witnessed. And I'm literally watching this guy's leg go in different directions. Oh. It was awful.
Yeah, bro. Remember Gordon Hayward?
Oh, that was a bad one too.
Celtics? Yeah, some gruesome injuries out here.
Yeah, that was a horrible one too. And then the most infamous one was way back when, way before Kevin was even a seedling, probably in his daddy's testicles.
Here you go.
Joe Theismann.
Is that the Blindside clip?
No, Joe. I don't know if it. No,
Blindside starts with a clip of a play where a dude.
I think that is
it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh,
is that Joe
Theismann?
It is.
Look who was right.
Yeah, you were.
By the way, see that?
That was really nice to hear.
That's called historical, knowing historical moments through the eyes of a movie. That's the way that I've learned my history.
It works. Do you know why I know the president's in order? Hamilton the musical.
There you go. Mojo in the Morning. Who's this? Hello.
This is Nick. Hey, it's Nick.
Nick is a winner! Nick, you want to go to Orlando, Florida?
Oh, yeah.
Our hearts and thoughts and prayers and all the lovey stuff for our friends down in Florida, by the way. They're picking up the pieces from what was now 2 hurricanes, but they're going to get back and they're going to be stronger than ever and they're going to be beautiful during the winter. And you got an opportunity to win a trip to Orlando. Congratulations.
Right.
Thank you.
If you win this trip, Visit Florida. We'll set you up with some nice stuff, including a stay airfare for you and a friend. Stay at the Buena Vista Resort Village and Spa, just minutes away from Orlando's renowned theme parks. Also, you will get a tour through the Central Florida Everglades on an airboat at Bogey Creek Airboat Adventures. I Fly Orlando, the closest thing to skydiving without having to get up in an airplane, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff from Visit Florida if you win this on Friday morning, okay?
That's great.
Appreciate you, buddy, for listening. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hang on the phone for a second. A $50 cash card is yours. I have to tell you guys a funny, well, actually not funny. I feel bad for the guy. Joe's on the 13th floor of a building that he lives in, an apartment apartment building in Tampa on the bay, and still has no elevator service.
Ooh, no. See, I would get a hotel room.
So Joe and his water just got turned off. So literally, if we think that things are better, they're not better in Florida. But he's got no water service. He's had spotty, power. So there's no air conditioning. He's got all the stuff. And I think he's run out of funds to be able to go stay in a hotel. So he's now walking up and down stairs. So he had to bring groceries up because all their groceries were gone, right? They all had to be thrown away because the hurricane was last Wednesday and they didn't have power until just like yesterday or whatever. So they had to throw all their garbage out in the garbage chute. Then they had to go to the grocery store, which Publix, he says, was amazing. Those people were great. They were like discounting everything.
Publix.
He's like, they get it. They know how to treat people. But then he had to carry his bags 13 flights of stairs.
No.
Yeah.
I said to him, I go, at that point, I would probably pack it in and call it a day. I don't know if I can deal with it.
When we talked to him last week before the hurricane hit, he was worried about a crane because they were like doing construction or something on his building, and he was worried about a crane crushing his apartment. So it didn't.
You might have seen, by the way, this crane that went through a building. It was in St. Pete. Joe is just inside St. Pete, but not in the same area. So it did not. No, so thank God the crane did not come through his window.
Yeah.
Which was good. So
This might be dumb.
Yeah.
We couldn't have moved those cranes anywhere else?
They couldn't. No, because the hurricane, you had, 5 days or 6 days notice that the hurricane was coming that way?
Right.
You can't just move a crane. It's a big crane. It takes months to move cranes in and out of places. These are cranes that literally,
I didn't know.
Put it out in the field?
I thought it was drivable. I don't know.
You get,
it's not moving.
you have 5 days?
It's not. It's stuck in the
All right,
ground.
ready to move it,
It's stuck and hanging. You just got to hope that the thing
I
is.
just feel like,
Yeah. You got to
those
hope.
are movable.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I agree.
Well, thank goodness.
I think let's just put it
Didn't
this way.
crash his apartment.
Even if you moved it, where are you moving it to? We're not putting it in some
field.
guy's backyard.
Put it in the
What field?
ocean.
It's going to drive down the highway
I
on a
don't know.
field.
Just put it in the
Let's
ocean.
put it. Let's just dump it right in the water.
Knock it over. You're done.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
push it over.
Let's
All right.
leave it by the apartments.
All right, Mojo in the morning show. I went out and drank way too heavily on Friday. It was one of those.
Did you really?
Oh, it was bad.
Why?
Yeah, it was crazy. We had fun. It was a good day. It was like one of our last 70-degree days. It was nice weather.
Oh, so you weren't like celebrating anything?
No,
No
I
birthdays?
drank drinking or golfing. And then after I got done golfing, got invited over to my friend's bar garage. The guy has a garage that has a full bar in it. And I'm talking to you guys. It's honestly crazy.
Is it like his man cave, kind of?
It's kind of his man cave. Let me see if I have a video or picture of it. I think I took a video. Let me see if there's anything here, just so you guys can see it. So this is what his garage looks like. All right, so he's got let's see. No, all you see is a crazy drunk Asian guy dancing behind me. It's cool. Let's just put it this way. Trust me, it's really cool. You walk into it. It's got a big old bar and sign and everything like that. And he's got his cars pulled out of it. He's got it. It looks really nice. After we get done drinking, and we're drinking heavily, and he's like pouring crazy shots.
Uh-huh.
And the guys were drinking. The girls were not drinking. So the girls were the designated drivers. We get done drinking that night. We're walking out of his house to say goodbye. And as we're saying goodbye, have you guys ever in your life witnessed a fist fight between two people?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever want to know what started the fist fight?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And did you ever ask what started this fist fight only to go, are you kidding me? That's what almost started, or that's what started the fist fight?
Yes.
Because usually it's just two drunk guys. You want to know what almost started a fist fight?
What was it?
And I'm only going to share this with you if you call us up and tell us what's the dumbest thing that started a fist fight. Okay? 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. So we're walking out of the place, and the guy who's throwing the party, I'll keep guys nameless on this one. The guy who's throwing the party saying goodbye, and the other guy that was there that was drunk says to the guy throwing the party, "You got ugly arborvitaes."
Wait.
Yo, what?
What? You are joking me. No.
Say it
He
again.
basically said that your arborvitaes are ugly or something like that.
What is that?
Listen, they're a plant. They're a bush.
Is it-
Here's the
Oh,
thing.
my God.
As a former homeowner,
Arborvitaes?
I really cared about what people thought about how my house was presented. Don't
Yeah.
insult my home.
Your arborvitaes.
That's, by the way,
Honestly,
that's
I
how a
might punch
fight gets
somebody,
started in
too.
Oakland County.
I think this is super valid. I get it.
There's no way.
That man was already on the edge. and that just sent him over.
He-
Don't talk about my plants.
He insulted his arborvitaes, and how dare you insult my? That's like insulting my wife. Matter of fact, you can insult my wife. Don't insult my arborvitaes.
Arborvitaes.
I take
That is
care of them
hysterical.
myself.
Be honest.
You
Were
know?
they jacked up?
They were, by the way, I was drunk, but I had stopped way before that. Let me show you how drunk people are.
Okay, honestly though, I give props to this guy
Yeah.
that he knew arborvitaes.
Said it drunk.
Yeah.
And said it drunk.
How were they, Mojo?
I mean-
How were the arborvitaes?
Were they?
I'll be
Did
honest
he
with
chop
you.
off the top of them to
I
make
was
them
so
flat all the way across?
I was so impressed, Shannon, with the bar. I didn't even look at the arborvitaes.
Well, you still haven't sent us pictures of the bar.
No, this is so. I'll send you guys this.
Say it how he said it, though.
Arborvitaes.
He said,
Yeah.
he said it crystal clear.
Actually, I'm going to send you guys a video. This is a video of the dancing agent.
That's Mojo's
That's
screaming.
Mojo's noise.
He's got his,
Oh my God.
What is that, a burrito in his
That was it,
hands?
yeah.
This is in the garage?
That was in the garage.
Ah,
Yeah.
It looked like a legit bar.
Isn't that unbelievable?
You guys are acting like 21-year-old girls.
We were.
Dancing, but the dance is just that, like, knee bounce.
Yeah.
And the tongue is out.
Now here's the
I want to see more.
I want to see the arborvitaes.
here's the greatest.
Oh, I want to see the arborvitaes.
I sent the video to Misfit Victor, and Victor put this in there.
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th, I was intoxicated. I drank all of those days. I drank. To excess.
Did you remember that movie?
Is that guy in a Halloween
it's American
costume, or is that the
Dancing.
shirt he was actually
No,
wearing?
that's Shannon.
You're
God.
insane. He gonna fight you next.
That's Mooner, by the way. Mooner.
How'd he get that
Mooner
name?
is the Mooner is the team videographer for
Doesn't
his
that look like a costume?
his son's hockey team.
Yeah.
I've
It
never
does.
said
Yeah.
arborvitaes before. This is
Isn't that great?
hilarious.
Alex, what caused the fight?
So my husband and the best man got in a fist fight at our wedding in June because the best man told my husband to shut the F up.
Oh, shut the F up. Why
Over
did wait?
why? Like, why?
Why did he tell him to shut the F up?
I have no idea. There was just a lot of alcohol involved. A lot of alcohol.
But I see shut the F up would cause me to get in more of a fight than you have ugly arborvitaes. Don't you dare tell me shut up. What's up, Jay? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? How are you?
Good.
Good morning.
What's the craziest reason why a fist fight broke out?
So it actually involved me, but I used to live in Fort Wayne, and I had a buddy Lex who we would go to Peanuts or Wrigley's. I can't remember which one it was, and we'd drink a lot. Well, the one day I thought he passed out in the bathroom because he wasn't coming out for a while, and we had a whole group of us hanging out there, and so I thought he passed out in there, and we were trashed. So I kicked in the stall door in the bathroom. Lex, Vato, you okay, homie? Yeah, he was good. Needless to say, the bouncers kicked us out, and we got into a fight. I got into a fight with them.
You ever notice that when
Trash,
bouncers
but
kick
my
you
fault.
out, they know the fight's about to begin inside the bar?
Yeah.
They don't mind. They don't mind if the fight is in the
Halloween
parking
match.
lot, though. You know, they don't care if the fight's in
No,
the
they really
parking lot.
don't.
Yeah, I want
They said, all right, there you go.
as long as you guys don't break glasses or break things around the bar, they'll let you hit cars and all the rest of that stuff. Sending you on your way.
They don't mind. They love it.
Appreciate you. By the way, question for you: how are your arborvitaes?
How or what?
Exactly.
Right.
Forget it. Thank you. I got to be quite honest with you. I don't know if I even recognized that the guy had plants. I was that drunk on Friday. Michelle, what's up?
Hey guys, good morning. Just sharing a story. I have worked in a restaurant years ago and had two coworkers, and one had kept snacks in kind of a community area, but like in a locker type space, and another coworker had taken it. It was around Easter. It was one of those Snickers that are in the shape of an egg.
Ooh, those are the
and
best.
he approached him, and it got verbally aggressive, and then the one guy threw a quarter at him and said, here's for your Snickers egg, and then they started brawling.
I would fight over a Snickers egg because they're better than the regular Snickers. They've got more insides in them.
Right.
They are delicious.
They are.
Irony.
It's, what is this Snickers?
That's the irony.
Isn't it supposed to be that?
Yeah.
A
Not you
Snickers,
when you're hungry.
Yeah.
a Snickers gets rid of the
Yeah,
anger.
the anger.
Lauren, what's up? Angry.
Hi, first time, long time.
Hey there. What's going on?
Oh, set the scene at St. Patrick's Day. We're all drinking and bar hopping, and the one guy that's with us is just taking forever to finish his drink. So he says, we'll leave after this drink, but it's just never going down. My husband grabs the drink and slams it and was like, all right, we can leave. He grabs another drink from the bar and throws it in my husband's face. They end up wrestling around. He breaks his leg.
No way.
He ended up having surgery and everything from a broken ankle.
You are drunk at a tissue level.
Wait, did they have to wait for you to sober up to give you surgery?
I think so. I don't think they can.
Yeah.
I think you have to live.
sure.
They can't even give you pain meds because you had so much alcohol in you. Lisa, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, we're talking about the craziest
First
reason.
time, long time.
Hey there.
Lisa's on her phone.
You know what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I work at a restaurant, and it was a busy night, real busy. There was tons of food in the window, and everybody was taking out their food to the table. And this one guy took the wrong food out to the other table, went and chased him out into the table, literally started a fight with him, started punching each other. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? This is food. Like, we can just remake it. It was horrible. I mean, we had to close down for an hour. People were just like a mess.
Over the wrong food being eaten. There had to be more to some of the stories, like you guys said. Like, there has to be something that pushes it to the next level, because you just don't think that somebody just getting the wrong food would make you go and just punch somebody. But now this would make me fight. Lincoln?
Yes.
Hey, Lincoln. We're talking about what caused the fist fight.
Yeah. My dad's like a super mature dude. I've never seen him upset, but he loves his dog. And some dude just said his dog had a stupid smile, and I've never seen him get so upset.
That's bad.
Honestly, I'd be so mad.
Was it a complete stranger, or was it just some guy?
No, it was my dad. It was my dad's buddy that he works with. He's my dad's a logger up in northern Michigan, and it was like one of my dad's employees.
So he said your dog has a stupid smile, and your dad beat his ass?
No, he didn't. They didn't get in a fight. He was the closest I've ever seen punching a dude, but I was told that he did get up in his face.
But
What did he
that's
say?
the correct response.
Wait, what did he say to him?
He was just pissed. He's like, "Don't talk about my dog." Like I don't remember.
That's how
Oh, I
Lydia
love your
is with
dad.
Pablo. If you tell her that her dog looks kind of dumb, she will go off on you.
I love Pablo.
Thanks. All right. Mojo in the morning.
It's the second date update on Mojo in the morning.
Why are you not getting a call back after you went on a date? We're going to find out right now. Steven's getting ghosted. Steven, how you doing?
Hey, doing okay, I guess.
All right. So how long has it been since you guys talked?
4 days.
Oh, so that's not horrible. I mean, we've had worse than that.
But if you had a good date, 4 days is eternity.
And you guys...
Yeah, we were talking every day.
Really? You know what? That is actually bad. Like, have you guys had these where you meet somebody and you just end up talking to them so much, it becomes like I can't even, not be around them. I think most relationships turn into that. And then when you go 4 days with hearing nothing from them, like not even a call back, right?
Yeah, radio silence.
All right, we're going to find out what's going on. On the phone with us is Andy. Andy, will you say hello to Steven?
Yeah, sure.
He's on the phone. He can hear you right now. Say hello.
Oh, hello, Steven.
Hey.
Wow, that's not as warm as
dry.
Are you guys sure you were talking nonstop with each other before this, Steven?
Yeah. I mean, I was listening mostly.
Wait, hold on. So she was doing the talking. What's going on? Andy, is everything okay?
I mean, I'm fine.
Did you, first off, what did you guys do the last time that you guys were with each other? Were you guys together and did you guys go out?
Yeah. We walked around and then we had some pizza.
Okay. So that way, was that like a date that you guys went on? You guys chose to just go walking around and having pizza, Andy?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was a nice time.
I mean, it just wasn't really like a very like thought out. He sent me an address that like wasn't to any like particular location, but it was really close to like this nicer restaurant. So I thought we were going there. And so like I dressed up and had like heels on and a skirt, and then he showed up late and we just like walked around downtown.
Wait, so he gave you just an address to meet. You're thinking, okay, there's a restaurant there. When you guys finally got together, first off, why were you late, Steven?
Oh, my battery died in my car.
Okay, so he showed up late. Did he call you at least, Andy, and say, I'm going to be running a little late?
No.
You didn't call. Okay. So when
I was rushing. I was frazzled.
So when he finally showed up, were you in the restaurant or were you just still waiting in your car waiting for him?
I was just waiting in my car.
Okay, he finally shows up. You get out of your car. You guys see each other, and he doesn't take you into the restaurant. Where did he take you?
We just like walked around, and which that would have been fine if I like had been prepared for that. I didn't know that that's what we were doing, and I just feel like he also didn't take the hint that I'm dressed nice, and he has me walking around for a while in my high heels.
That is kind of an interesting date. Steven, you said to her, hey, we're going to meet here, but you didn't say what you guys were going to do.
Yeah, I want it to be a surprise.
Well, that's a hell of a surprise. What did you think, though, when you noticed that she was all dressed up and she didn't look like she was wearing anything that she could walk on?
I thought she looked nice.
So you still took her walking around. And
I always see women in heels.
But what about the food? You said something about pizza or whatever.
Pizza?
What was that all about?
Yeah, we got pizza for dinner.
Okay. So you're
But you didn't sit down to eat the pizza. It was like grab and go.
Well, no, we sat for a minute.
Okay.
And then I was like, do you want to finish this and keep walking? I love walking.
Yeah.
But if this was going to be a surprise, why not say, wear something comfortable and meet me here?
Yeah, I mean,
he couldn't even text her when his car died.
So that's where I think you went really wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
That was super rude. Just side note, like you should have just let her know because she would have probably had compassion for the fact that your battery died and you were going to be late. But
I get the idea that this relationship that started with these guys talking nonstop is now going to nothing because I wouldn't talk to him either.
See, I don't think the date was bad. But I think I Steven like to walk around and just like grab a drink here, grab something here, grab. I love that. That would not bother me whatsoever. I feel like it was just huge miscommunication that you gave her the address of a nice restaurant. So I would, like Andy, have assumed like, oh, I probably need to dress up a little bit because this is where we're going. So I don't think your date was bad or a bad idea, but you really misconveyed. Is that a word? Miscommunicated. I can't think today. It's freaking
No, it's
Monday.
all right.
You really miscommunicated what the date was going to be like for her.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to go with the flow, I guess.
But I love that. But you need to let her know.
He's funny.
You can go with the flow with expectations.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
the address I sent is a good place to park. That's why I picked that address. I usually park there. So I said,
I know, but if you didn't say, hey, this is a good place to park, The assumption is that you are going to that place to eat.
Chelsea wants to comment. Chelsea, what's up?
Yeah, so I could understand the whole, that might have been a little bit of a miscommunication on his part, but she's grown. She could have opened her mouth and been like, hey, like, I'm getting kind of tired. I'm hungry. Like, what's the plan for the rest of the night? Anything. That's not a good enough reason to ghost somebody. And she's being kind of overly standoffish.
See, I agree with you 90% of the time where it's like people at least just pick up the phone. You're a grown person. He's the one that should have been the grown person and said.
She should have said something during the date.
I understand that.
And I agree with that, too.
I wouldn't call him back either after he's late for the date.
At least you're like, you know what? I this wasn't for me. This was nice.
Yeah.
What girl doesn't want to get to know a guy? And I feel like that's what he was trying to do, is get to know her. And she's, I don't know, she's just being too
This is why
standoffish.
I say all the time to the girls on the show, I go, I feel so bad for you guys. This is us guys.
Thank you.
This is awful.
But Chelsea, don't you also think a little part of that is, especially on the first few dates, I'm worried about coming off as like high maintenance or hard to
He
get
is
along
coming
with,
off very
or
high maintenance. And he's
right?
coming off high
But I
maintenance.
think her
I'm not gonna
voicing
assume
the fact
someone's
that
taking
if
you to a
she
fancy
needed
restaurant.
She wasn't high maintenance that night, though.
Wait, Meaghan, say what you were trying to say.
If she voices that she's very uncomfortable and doesn't want to do that and doesn't want to go for a walk and wants to sit down at a restaurant, then it's going to come off as...
But there's nice ways to say that, though. If you can convey that in a nice way, that wouldn't be high maintenance. I'm sure he would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, let's go do this or let's go do that. You know what I mean?
She played along. She was a good sport about the whole thing. I wouldn't call him back either. I don't know. I don't know. Ellie, what's up?
Hey, I just feel like you said, miscommunication. Why didn't anyone ask, hey, what are we doing tonight?
Well,
is it that hard to say, like, oh, hey, what are we doing tonight? Obviously, there was the assumption because of the address, but I don't think it was that hard to just double check.
Yeah. By the way, this is the first time that I've ever heard a guy do something that I didn't agree with, that every woman is agreeing with the guy. It's wild. Like, usually I'm like, oh, this guy seems like a nice guy. And everybody's like, he's an hole. I almost said it. But
would y'all be mad at
really,
that,
the
though?
only thing I think he was an a-hole for was for not calling and telling her he was going to be late. I don't think the date was bad.
Honestly, it seemed kind of spontaneous.
Can I add something?
Sure, Andy.
To this? So I agree with the callers. I could have spoken up and communicated. And I do give Stephen credit for communicating with me at the end of the date to Venmo me for the tip for the pizza. So,
Wait,
what did you say?
There's a twist.
He Venmo'd you?
Yeah, he wanted me to tip him. Like, he wanted me to pay for the tip and like Venmo him the money after the date.
Is that right, Steven?
Yeah, I had covered the tip, so I was like, hey, if you could just, send me half of that.
Yep.
All right.
Man, her feet hurt and her wallet hurts.
I see why you were ghosted.
I just want to ask something, but it's going to be...
Go, ask
No,
it,
go.
please.
Ask
Yeah,
it.
go.
You can't say that.
Come
not
on,
ask
you got to do it.
Finances tough right now.
Dutch?
Should we be dating?
His battery
I
died.
thought you were always supposed to go Dutch in the beginning until then you start picking restaurants, because then it's like if you pick the restaurant, you're supposed to pay, right?
Well, you didn't pick anything. You picked a parking lot.
You picked a parking lot and a pizza place. But
That probably should have
I
been
think you guys should go on another date with each other. Out of all the second dates, I think we should try to get a positive out of this one. How about another date?
I'd be interested. I could.
She said, that's a no.
What if he told you what to wear? Like, comfortable